Welcome back to the Tractor Shed Bros channel. In this episode, I will be building a cement factory. Let's get to it. So I have chosen Field 82 as our cement factory build. And the reason why I've chosen this field is because, one, it's quite flat, so that'll make placing items down much easier. Two, it's next to an industrial plant, all of the heartland of Riverbend Springs, so it'll tie in quite nicely. And three, it's in close proximity of all of the shops and the main shop, and also it's quite a nice size to have the debris crusher and the cement factory on, and to manoeuvre vehicles around the plot. So let's get to it. Let's purchase the land. So that's going to cost us £86,016. We now own that. It's currently got sorghum growing on it, but we're not going to worry about that. We're just going to go straight into it and build on top of it. Now we've bought the land, I'm going to go into the construction mode and get the paintbrush out, and we are going to lay our foundations. So I'm going to go with asphalt because I know it's smooth and it'll make driving over the area a lot smoother for forklifts and lorries. So you want to try and line up your square as best as you can and paint all of the edges. I tend to do all of the edges first and then do the middle after. So this is going to be our main entrance here to the cement factory. So just get that bit. So we'll fill in the whole of the field with asphalt. And if we want to change any bits as we go along, we can do. You can change the size of the squares as well. You can make it smaller. So if you want to get into areas that are smaller, you don't have to use the largest size. If you're new to the build moding, this can be quite fiddly, quite sensitive. There we go. And then the middle bits are quite easy now. We can literally run across it like this and fill in the gaps like that. You can go over any areas. It won't cost you anything if you've already laid the asphalt down. As you can see, I'm still pressing the trigger button to make sure everything's covered and the money's not changing. It's only when you head to a new strip of land that it will cost you. So let's just take a look at that. And there we go. Nice, smooth asphalt. Nice big area. You can see the size of it now. So we've got lots of room to play with. So this will be our main entrance just here, which comes off the side road. So we're going to have our gate here. So I've decided to go with the corrugated metal fence because I think it'll just tie in nicely with the industrial style of the area. So if I click on that, and now you have switch segment type, I'm going to go to the fourth one, and that's going to give me the gate. So it should be the double doors. I lay the first side there, and I want the wooden cross members this side so that the outside will just show the corrugated fence. Now I'm going to place that down as so. And if we just take a quick look at our fence, there we have our main entrance gates to the farm. Lovely. Now we can add the fence itself. So clicking back on it, and now we want type 1, which is the actual fence, and we can click it next to the fence. And as you can see, the wooden parts on the inside and the metal corrugated parts on the outside. I'm going to go all the way up to the edge, just to, let's go here, that'll be fine there. And now you can put a section down at a time if you want to, and then when you go to delete it, you only have to delete one piece, rather than putting all of the sections down and having to delete all of the section. So I'll just show you that quickly. So if I was to place all of that down, like so, and I want to delete the segment, it can do it individually. I'm going to go to here because I do want to put a gate here as well. So if we go back to the type 4, we can have another gate placed here. So this will give us an option now of expansion. So if we wanted to buy this field to the right, we could do that and use that as an entrance to the cement factory here. So let's head back to the fence. Let's carry it on. We'll take it all the way to the edge. Let's keep going all the way down this side. We're going to have another fence here. So I want to be going to, I'm going to go with fence 4 again. Lovely. And carry on. Let's have a smaller fence, a gate this time. Pop our gate there. Carry back on with the fence. Bring it all the way down. I'm not going to have anything this side gate-wise. We'll head all the way back to our gate there. So now we have our perimeter sectioned off. You can go over these bits of grass that are sticking up here just with your asphalt to tidy that up. I went slightly wider with the fence there. Not intentionally, I just didn't quite line it up properly, but you can take a bit more time and line that up. So now we're going to want to place our cement factory. So let's go to construction again. Head up to the factories. And we want to be going down to the largest cement factory, which is this one here. It's £370,000 and it's quite big. And as you can see, we've got 3 gates. So I'm going to spin this around, like so. Toggle the free mode on and the snapping on, and I'm going to place that just here. Now, we are going to want to buy the debris crusher, which is £99,000 here, and this will be creating the stones for us. So once you've purchased this, you don't need to do anything with it. It'll just create the stones for you, and they'll come out of the area just over here. Can you see where the stones are coming out of it now as a demonstration? That's exactly where they'll be. So I want a little gap in between the 2 buildings so I can drive vehicles through there, like tractors and wheel loaders. So I'm happy with that. So let's place that down. So this will be the area here where your pallets will spawn. You can have 3 items. If we have a look at the production chain itself. You can have cement bricks, cement bags, and roof plates. So like with the greenhouses and also the other production chains, you can change the output mode. So you've got storing. So if we was to select cement bricks, then they would store in that pallet zone outside. You can change the output by pressing square, and you can have selling directly to the customers and then distributing as well. So we'll go for storing so that you can see the items coming out. And what we'll do is we'll activate all 3 of the items. And as you can see, it comes up with an exclamation mark. And that's only because we have no stones in the production chain at the moment. So materials are currently missing. That's set up ready. If we go and have a look at the debris crusher, so as you can see here, this is your debris crusher, and it's currently churning out stones for us. So we could probably leave this for a full day to allow it to pile up with stones, and they just stay in this bunker here. And then what we're going to need to do is grab a wheel loader or a tractor with a bucket, scoop the stones up, and they just go into this zone here. That's where the products will be. So we haven't got far to take the stones, so it's nice and quick and easy. And that's just all decoration of the debris crusher. And that's all the cement factory there. So we are going to need a wheel loader or a tractor with a front bucket. I would suggest a wheel loader. So let's go and take a look at those. Always check the second-hand market as well, because there might be a gem in there. So this would work perfectly. This is a Merlot telehandler, and as you can see, it's 61% off second-hand, but that is all you need to get going. But I'll just show you the wheel loaders, because I think they are the best for moving the stones, because they have a weight block on the rear. They're obviously a lot larger, and they are designed for shifting the stones. They articulate in the middle as well, but you can get larger buckets for them as well. So if you have a look at the combinations, you've got a 4,000 litre capacity high dump bucket with this Volvo. But if you go for the bigger, sorry, the JCB, but if you look at the Volvos, these can have even bigger buckets, because this one weighs 27 tonnes. So if you have a look at the combinations here, you've got a 10,000 litre bucket. You have a 3,000 litre, 3,600, 5,000, 3,500. Far more options. You have the high dump 4,000 bucket, 5,000 litres. So you could use up to a 5,000 litre bucket, because I have tried a 10,000 litre bucket, and obviously it's twice the size, but it doesn't fit in the debris crusher part. So you're better off with about 4,000 or 5,000 litre buckets to go in and out and collect the stones. So we won't touch the wheel loaders right now. We will get that second-hand telehandler, which will do the job just nicely. So let's purchase that. There's a second-hand bucket here. Oh, we'll buy that, 10,000 litres, just so I can show you that it doesn't fit in the debris crusher part. And we will hire a wheel loader. We'll go for the big boy. I need a bucket for the telehandler, so we can get this one here, which is 2,640 litres. So let's grab that Magsy bucket. And I'll get a wheel loader bucket that does actually fit. So we'll just go with this high dump one for now. We'll lease that one. Okay, to the shop. So I will bring all of the equipment back to the cement factory. I will see you soon. I'll show you the distance from the shop to our cement factory. It's just over this train track. To the right here. And you'll see the start of the cement factory already ahead. There's the Merlot parked outside. Main entrance here to the to the build, so you can get the large wheel loader through fairly comfortably. And I've already dumped the 10,000 litre capacity bucket just in front of the debris crusher, just to show you that it's just a little bit too big for it. So if I just place this bucket here and head over to the big 10,000 litre capacity bucket, it's a shame really, because it would have been even easier to empty the stones out, but if I drive up to it, it just catches on either side, so we're just slightly too big for it. So that might just save you a little bit of time if you was thinking of using that one, and a little bit of money if you do go to purchase. So let's grab the 4,000 litre capacity one, and that'll be ideal. Either 4,000 or 5,000 litres, absolutely fine. But I really like the wheel loaders because, you know, in farming in general, you don't get to use them that often, so this is just perfect for them, the stone removal. So as you can see now, we have plenty of room either side to collect the stones once they've built up. Either side, look. Nicely. And let's go and get the Merlot. And the good thing about the Merlot is you can obviously boom in and out with the telehandler controls, and if the load is too heavy, you can always place a weight block on the back with the 3-point link, and it's a little bit more versatile than the wheel loader. So what we'll do now is, obviously we've got to wait for the stones to build up so that we can place them on the loading bay here to start creating the materials. Let's go and sleep for the night, and then we'll come back tomorrow. So as you can see now, in front of the wheel loader, we have a pile of stones, and that's from one night's sleep. So let's fire up the wheel loader. Let's get our production chain up and running. So if I lower the bucket and drive into the stones, it'll start automatically filling the front bucket up. And there we are, we've got 4,000 litres of stone there. And as you can see, the wheel loader handles that with ease. So we want to be lining it up onto our drop zone and then emptying the stones into the area. The more you tilt the bucket, obviously the quicker the stones will empty. And now if we jump out, it'll say here that we have 3,994 stones, and that'll just keep going down as the production chain gets going. And yesterday we turned on the materials, so let's just go and check. As you can see now, the exclamation mark's gone and there is incoming materials, so we can have 240,000 litres of stones. So we've got 1% of what we can have at the moment. You can select just cement bricks or just cement bags or just roof plates, or you can pick 2 out of the 3. I've selected all 3 just to show you what they look like once they are produced onto pallets. So let's keep filling the drop zone up with stones so that we can get plenty of materials out. And it's nice and quick and easy. You could even line the debris crusher up so you're parallel with the drop zone. I've only done it like this so that you've got a bit more of a gap to drive your vehicles in and out. I will just show you the Merlot collecting the stones. So same principle, drive up to the stones, collect them up. This holds 2,651 litres, so let's see how the Merlot copes with that. So I can already feel that we could do with a weight block on the back, but the Merlot's handling it fine. So with a weight block, this will feel really stable. And yes, it's going to take you more trips, but it's more manoeuvrable. And like I was saying before, it's just more versatile. Ooh, the back end just goes up there. So yeah, a weight block is going to be really handy for you when working with this Merlot or a telehandler in general. But I will get back to you once this is empty. Quite a relentless task going back and forth with the telehandler or tractor and bucket or wheel loader. So I tend to let the stones build up throughout the day, make sure the production chain's got materials to keep producing the materials that you require, and maybe do a harvest job or a contract while you're waiting. And then in the evening, I like to empty the stones then. You can have multiple debris crushers, which means obviously then you'll produce more stones, so you can fill the production chain even more. But I just think for this demonstration video, we'll just have one for now. But on this plot here, you could have comfortably 3 or 4. So what we will do is place our next items down, and we're going to put some lights up, because as I was saying, I like to do it in the evenings. And let's pick a nice light that's going to put quite a bit of light in the area that we're working. So these 4-way lights are quite nice. We can place one just here. They're quite tall, so you're not going to catch them. You could have one here, just so you can see the stones. Let's go and pop one down by our collection bay as well. Let's pop one here. And then we are going to have... I'm going to go for these on the outside. Pop one there. Pop another one there. We'll do the same with the other gates that we have. Again, it's all personal preference. I mean, you can have them on the outside, you can have them on the inside. I tend to put them on the outside. The other set of gates here. Lovely. Okay, so on the corner. And this will just light up the area for us in the evenings. Give it a bit more character as well. One on this corner here. No, I won't. Okay. Maybe a different style of lights. So these are smaller ones that you can have on corners and things, so that you can see where edges are as you're going by, so you don't clip things. Okay, lovely. If you don't own the farm, back on Grandpa Walter's farm, we can always add a farmhouse. So let's go for the trailer style. So we can put that over here in the corner. So we've got our fence over there. Let's just pop it here. And then if you want to add a section for your garden, so you could have your small fence there, run another fence this way. Let's get to there. Come all the way across. Section it off here. Down to that section there. Not quite straight, but if you take your time with it, you know, you can play about with that. Maybe move that gate slightly over as well, so you could drive your vehicle in. I just thought I'd just show you quickly for a demonstration. So I thought I'd speed up the time a little bit so that we could see what it looks like at night. So I've put a new light up here, just so that you can just see the edge here where you can walk down. We would need more lighting just to the gate here that will take us out into the river area. This is where we've got our double doors, so if Grandpa Walter wants to go fishing, he can head down to the gloomy depths. As you can see, we've got our other lights, side lights here. But again, you can add as many lights as you wish, really, just to play about with it. There's the other gates for the expansion when we can afford to buy the field opposite. And that could be a new production chain. And here's our main entrance. As you can see, nothing's been produced just yet. But the stones are piled up again. So here we are, we have pallets. So we have the roof plates, we have the cement blocks, and we have the cement bags. And it'll go in a continuous motion like that because we've selected all three. So these are ready to sell. And the blue building in the distance there, that's the warehouse. The warehouse will purchase them from us. If we have a look at the prices, so if we scroll down to cement bricks, so cement bricks currently are at a really good price, but they are on a dip. So ideally, you want to be selling them between September and November because they start to go down in price. But to be honest with you, they're a really good investment because once you've purchased the cement factory and the debris crusher, and you've got yourself either a telehandler or a wheel loader or front loader on your tractor with a bucket, the base price is going to be £2,843 with nearly £3,000 at your top price. And as you can see, the warehouse will give us £2,800 We can go and take them to the Grain Elevator Museum so that they can start repairing that and get the most, 3,169. And then the farmer's market is 2,920. So as long as you've got a pallet fork for your telehandler and a trailer and a vehicle to tow it, you can even tow it with the telehandler. These are great. Cement bags, slightly less. You're looking at £1,000 less per 1,000 litres. And then we also have the roof plates to take a look at. So the roof plates are the same price as the cement blocks. So it's entirely your preference as to which you go for. But I'd say the cement blocks or roof plates are your best bet. But having a mix of all three is really good. I like to place down a shed so that we can store our items. And the one I'm going to use is actually really quite cheap. It's £10,000. If we spin it round so the front is here, if we place it so we're opposite where the materials are, we've got lots of room. We can have it here. Or you could use this section as a makeshift car park and then spin the shed perhaps this way round. And then you could have another one like this at a later date if you are getting lots of materials through. Let's leave a little bit of a gap so that we can come around there if we want to. Future expansion. Let's place it there. And we can always have another one here at a later date. Once we start rolling out the materials. So it's got quite an old rustic look to it. But it's plenty big enough for storing quite a lot of pallets, and they're going to be dry in here. Not that it really affects the materials, but if you're going for a realistic approach, you can keep the materials dry. It'd be more the cement bags than anything. The other two items are fine, but you can store your vehicles in there as well if you don't want to use it as pallet storage. So I'm going to wrap the video up there, guys. Hopefully you like that. If you do, please like and subscribe, and if you have any builds that you'd like us to do, then please comment. Bye for now.